Hello and welcome. Today we are talking about how to solve inequalities. It is very similar to solving equations, so let's get started. The first inequality we're looking at says 3x plus negative 11 is greater than or equal to negative 20. If we were solving an equation, we would want to get 3x by itself. And we would say, what's the opposite of negative 11? That would be adding 11. So we need to add 11 to both sides. Negative 11 plus 11 is 0, so we have 3x is greater than or equal to negative 20 plus 11 is negative 9. 3x means 3 times x, so the opposite would be dividing by 3. And we would get x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Now we're going to talk about how you would type this in on Desmos. Just like we've done before, step 1 doesn't change. We press plus 11. When we're rewriting, we have 3x is greater than or equal to negative 9. On your keyboard, you should see a greater than sign on the key with the period. You're going to hold shift and press greater than. It should pop up. To get the line underneath that represents or equal to, you'll also press the equal sign, and you should see a line come underneath. And we would put negative 9. We divide by 3, and we get x is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, negative 3. Another way to get the greater than or equal to sign is to press this little keyboard option. It won't pop up in full screen, but if you exit full screen, you should see a keyboard pop up, and you can select the greater than or equal to sign. Either way is totally fine. It's just up to your personal preference which method you would like to use. Let's go to a second example. There's one very important difference between solving equations and solving inequalities. That comes when you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you need to flip the sign. And we're going to see what that looks like in this problem. Our problem says negative 2x minus 14 is less than negative 24. If we were solving this as a regular equation, we want to get negative 2x by itself. The opposite of subtracting 14 would be adding 14. We would rewrite negative 2x is less than negative 24 plus 14 is negative 10. Now, we would need to divide by negative 2. This is where inequalities are a little bit different. Because dividing by a negative changes the sign of our answer, we also need to change the direction the inequality is facing. Notice it said less than before, and my answer is going to say greater than. X is greater than negative 10 divided by negative 2 is positive 5. Whenever we divide by a negative number, we're going to need to flip the inequality sign. And our steps will show this. our first step was adding 14. We have negative 2x is less than negative 10. We divide by negative 2. Because we divide by a negative, we need to flip the sign, and we have x is greater than 5. Okay, one more example. Our last example, we have negative 3 plus 4x is less than or equal to negative 19. We want to get 4x by itself. The opposite of negative 3 is adding 3. So we have 4x is less than or equal to negative 16. Because negative 19 plus 3 is negative 16. We're going to divide by 4, and we get x is less than or equal to negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. Notice that even though our answer is a negative number, because we divided by positive 4, our sign stayed the same. Because in this example, we divided by a positive number, so we had no need to change the sign. In step 1, the opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. We got 4x. Remember, to get less than or equal to, you press the less than sign. And then to show or equal to, you also press the equal sign, and you'll get the line underneath, negative 16. We divided by 4. Because we divided by a positive number, there's no need to flip the sign, and we get x is less than or equal to negative 4. I hope this video helped. I believe in you. Do your best on the practice, and I'm here to help.